Hi guys, I'm going to show you some stuff how I have it set up. Basically, I've changed some stuff. So basically, I have three cables coming in my room. Black cable for one thing I'm going to show you, orange cables for another, and the yellow cable was for another thing, but that was for the computer. So right here is my UPS. I have four cables going into two PDUs and my switch and also the network switch. And then also a USB control for shutting down the computer. So basically, over here is my 32-inch panel, which was my main panel, but I'm using it as my secondary panel since I needed a 4K panel for editing. So I have my TV that I have. I was going to get another TV for where I had it at, but I had my 27-inch monitor that I use for TV since I don't actually need something really big since it's super close to me. I have my Mac Mini on a vertical stand facing that way. What's connected to the Mac Mini is my Ethernet, USB-C to HDMI for this monitor, HDMI to here for that goes to here, which is connected to here, the USB for USB hub, and then my face cam. And then going to here, this is the first cable is my Mac. So when I press this button right here, it switches to my Apple TV. And if I press it again, it switches to my computer that's in the background. That's on. I just have to hit one of these switches on the PDU to this switch here to be specific, that says power. It will switch on a device I'm going to show you, and then it's going to come up on that screen right here. Use the Stream Deck for OBS and other control. I have this little switch right here for my keyboard and mouse, and I have another cable going that way for my computer that I plug in there for OBS and or control if I'm at here. The Rodecaster, which I use for my audio. So this cable right here is hooked to a sound card that's hooked to the computer in the background through a USB to Ethernet adapter. This is my headphones, and then the audio, and then the USB-C cable, power cable, and power button, XLR. The only cable you see is right here, and this is right here because this is where I mainly sit at now. This way because of it's a lot more convenient and a lot less harder. So over here is where I have my this is where I have my overhead capture. So you'll see this. I was thinking about updating this camera with like a USB. I mean, it's like with the Ethernet with HDMI on. Put it here, but that was something I basically may turn down. I don't know. I'm actually in the middle of that. But under here, you see there's lumps there, which is one is a USB-A Ethernet, a USB-A extender going to the USB 2.0 cable here that allows me to get the web camera to connect to the computer when the computer's over there, and the USB hubs somewhere that I'm going to show you. Also under there is the HDMI cable for this this right here. So when I put overhead here, it would just plug in there and be there. And then the other HDMI cable you see is going around the room to my TV. Well, my new TV, which is just a monitor with the speakers hooked in. And then the other cable, which is the USB 2.0 cable, hooked up to this switch right here. And I have, when I'm not have it on, I press this button 3 times to go to the last one, which it doesn't detect any input then. So then the electro voice is on the side. So before, when I had it over here on this table, I had an issue where it couldn't hear my voice, and so I had to use the microphone audio on here, and it was kind of crappy. So now I can just use the audio on the electro voice and just have it there. And when I need to record video here, I just basically slightly turn it more. So now going up towards the top more. So now, as you can see, this is the orange cable, which is a USB to Ethernet adapter. So it connects to the computer in the background. And the one cable you see right there with that looks like an extension is going to the computer, which is going to a sound card, which is hooked to the Rodecaster. And then the other cable is going to this control. So next over here is Ethernet. So I've made plenty of videos like this, so I've changed a little bit each time, so I kind of like this. So that's screwed into the wall. Those are just screw hanging on the wall with Velcro. So now the stuff I added to today, which is starting at the top, is my USB hub from Sabrent. It's a 7-port USB hub with 3 power port, with 10 port, 3 power, and 7 data. So, the first cable is the USB cable that goes to this webcam. The next cable is a USB-C, is the USB-A to C cable, which is right here. It allows me to connect my tablet so I can use ADB to connect it wirelessly. Next cable is a I don't remember, but it has the cables that hooks to the Stream Deck, the capture card, and also my Rodecaster. And then how this thing is powered by the power brick that goes behind there onto the PDU. The auto turns on. Then what's on the 3 power ports is one of the power ports has this on there, which is my networks with my Ethernet switch, and the other one that's on there is for that, which is my IR blaster, and what other one is the USB to HDMI. The Ethernet switch. So, and this connects to an Apple TV that's behind the monitor. It's right there. So that cable you see right there is connected to Apple TV, and then this long cable is connected over there to this monitor, which plays Apple TV, and it also connects to this TV. So if I'm sitting at the desk and something's rendering on the Mac, instead of basically waiting for it to render, I can just press the switch button on here to switch to the Apple TV, watch some stuff while it renders, and then done. And then the other cable goes to this, the Ethernet, the network, the HDMI switch. And then that basically goes to the capture card, which is over there, and that goes to the USB hub. And from there, I control if I press this button, I can control the Apple TV. If I press this button, it goes to the switch, which is right here, which is connected to here. And then the other one, which is the port, which is the cable that goes that's right there. You can't see it right there. It's basically just there, so it's out of the way. And then the other one, which is for computer, it's supposed to be for my computer, but I'm going to use this port as my computer. And this one for a webcam for top down, so I can free up a USB port with this device right here. And so just free up a USB port. And so above that is my network switch, and I use some double-sided Velcro and attached it to the wall. And I attached the brick for the USB hub and the Rodecaster, which is down behind there. So the wires are pretty much off the floor because the PDU was over there in the corner, and I basically got it off the floor because of I had to replace the UPS twice because of the compute, because my dog kept chewing on the power cable, which is now not on the floor. The only thing that's located on the floor is the little power plug, but that's in front of my foot, and I don't accidentally unplug it because of my feet aren't that high. But the only cable that hangs down is this cable, and I usually wear these when I'm at this desk on a Rodecaster if I want to wear headphones. If I'm not wearing headphones, I'm using this speakers TVs. This TV speakers. Yeah, and this, which is the OREI EX330. It can do 300 cat foot. It can do up to 300 foot, which is around about 100 millimeters, if I recall correctly. That goes through the black cable, which goes into the back room, which connects to the other device, because this is the receiver. The receiver is connected to this monitor, and when I press this button on here, after hitting the power switch, it switches to there. And then for the Ethernet switch, I have the yellow cable going into the back room. I basically, once I basically can go into the attic, I'm gonna rerun. I'm gonna get shorter length cables, but that can do like Cat 6A probably, because these are Cat 6A, Cat 6, Cat 5A. I'm gonna run Cat 6A or Cat 7 from over there in the back room, drill a hole, run it down to a conduit, and through here, over here, to have it come down here, and just have it come to this switch instead. And then the thing is, this is a 2.5 gigabit switch, but it's a small 2.5 gigabit switch, a 5-port, and the other one, I'm waiting for my 15-port 2.5 gigabit switch, so the switch will connect to here, so I'll get 2.5 gigabit. I'm also waiting for the 2.5 gigabit network adapter for my Mac, so I can plug that into 2.5 gigabit network. And my PC already has 2.5 gigabit, so there's that. And I can transfer at higher speeds. And so this is just here so it's not dangling down. And the Apple TV is hardwired, so there's no lag. And this is the Elgato face cam, which is literally right in the perfect position. It's in the center of the mount, and so when I sit down, I can record, and it goes here. And the last thing, which is not really, the second last thing, is this, which is my tablet that I use for recording wirelessly. I can do the same thing on my phone. Let's see. And then once I'm actually done with everything, I can just turn off these two switches, and it turns off the TV and the monitor. And then the only thing you would actually see is that little red light, because of the USB hub is always on. So that will be on. The Stream Deck goes to sleep. And so with my TV like this, so with the screensaver, the Stream Deck goes to the little play button. And I'm not using a mechanical keyboard because of this was cheaper, and this is what I had just in a drawer. And my AnyPro is getting repaired, and so I have a little bit of Bluetooth issues. So basically, because of there's a lot of different signals just jumping around in here, so the signals from the IR is interfering with actually Bluetooth and stuff. So, and with the IR blaster, I have a when I press when I have OBS open and I press capture and then I press the switch, it will basically press the button. It will send it through VoiceMonkey, and VoiceMonkey will send it to the Echo. The Echo will send it to a routine. The routine will send it to this IR blaster. The IR blaster will send it to like there. So when I basically press so when I basically just when I press one of these buttons right here, it will switch the buttons, which is just like me if I'm pressing this button or this button, and that's why I have it there, since I don't need access to actual that because I'm using an IR blaster. And if I need something, I'll show you. So if I need to actually control it, I have the little remote here to control it. If basically I need to reset it or anything, I just had the IR blaster learn this remote. And if I wanted to, instead of me turning on the actual TV with basically a switch, I could have it turn on with the IR blaster and control the volume that way. But yeah, so but that's up there. So going to over here, this is where I have my actual watch playset. So these speakers are going to get upgraded. These are just ones I'm just using from another computer in the house. I'm just using it just as a test for right now until I can get a better pair of speakers, maybe some KRKs or something, not for sure. But basically, it's going to be something like Edifier, something that actually that has one cable solution, like a TRS or TRS cable. And then that hooks up to the line input or the blue port on my monitor. And then I have basically going back here, which is the power cable, is going to a smart plug with a splitter. That splitter is going to a smart plug, so the smart plug is named TV. So when I say turn off TV, it'll send the command to Echo, and the Echo will turn it off, and it will turn off the speakers and the monitor. So, and I just have this here because of I was going to get a TV to replace this with, but I said since I have this monitor and it was just sitting in the background anyway, I basically can just use it as a makeshift TV. Yeah, and this is like perfect size for right here anyway, since I watch TV here, and this TV right here is too big. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.